Hey everyone, it's me Arthur Kade. So Patel, Ramanujan, he's not your run-of-the-mill mathematician here. This guy has such a unique way of looking at math. Talk to me about that uniqueness of how he sees this all.
To him, mathematics was really a way to express himself. It was his art form, which was really interesting to me. This man was considered an abstract mathematician, so he used to phrase it as painting without colors. And Ramanujan believed that every one of his equations that he made up or solved was a blessing from his God. And he was a strict Hindu Brahmin, so that caused a lot of friction in the mathematical world. But, you know, the proof is in the pudding, really.
It's fascinating to see once he comes to Trinity in Cambridge. When you see the challenges that he had to go through,
Sure.
talk to me about those challenges, because some of those themes are prevalent today, most of them.
I think the challenges really, he had his own religious challenges about breaking his caste and traveling across the sea, leaving behind his child bride, his mother. All that was home to him to achieve this goal. And then he landed in Cambridge and faced so much resilience, not only because of the way he looked, the way he dressed, his ideologies in the mathematical field. He was up against it in every way, and really the only branch he had to cling on was G.H. Hardy, played by Jeremy Irons, and together they, changed the world of mathematics.
Such a wonderful relationship with Hardy, because you
Yeah.
couldn't find, I was talking to Jeremy about this, you couldn't find more polar opposites in the two of these guys, and yet
Sure.
there was this incredible connection. Talk to me about that connection, because it's funny, Hardy at the end says this is the only romantic relationship I've really ever had, but it wasn't really just romantic,
It was. I think it was. I guess they nourished each other in very different ways, and I think that comes from first challenging the other person's ideology, and I think it's just such a complex relationship, because you've got an emotionally stunted mentor who doesn't know how to interact with human beings, and he's kind of adopted this child from India, this young man who looks at him as a father figure. So, in the end, they won, but they failed each other in certain parts, and it was a very tumultuous kind of relationship.
You've done it all, the blockbusters, the indies. How is doing something like this different from doing something like a Chappie or a Slumdog Millionaire?
This, really is all about the love and the passion. It's a much harder film to get off the ground. It's budget-wise, cast-wise. It's a climb up Everest with a sack of rocks on your back. You're dealing with a film with, about a mathematician with an Indian lead. You can't, no action, no real comedy
Batman
or anything.
versus Superman.
So it completely, in terms of numbers, it kind of defies a lot of things. But for us, it's purely about being able to step into the shoes of these absolutely iconic men and, try and spread their message to the world.
Last question. You've worked with so many great actors, but when you get to work with a legend, an icon like Jeremy Irons, what's that like?
God, it's just a true blessing, really. He is so gracious, he's so funny, and an absolute, just incredible force on set. Kind of his gravitational pull keeps all the planets revolving on set, and I learned so much from him. I really did.